All right, so Ninth Third is an RPG that is on the Switch, and I think it's also on Steam. It's an indie game. Its full title is Ninth something 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 3. And I'm sorry I can't tell you the whole name. It's just every time I play it, I just look at 9 and 3, and my dog is playing with her toy right now, so awesome. But so it is an indie RPG on the Switch, and it's a lot of fun. And I think I got it when it was on sale for like $8 or $9, and it was very worth it. It's a 2D over the top RPG, um, and you basically can level up most everything, including your let's fishing, smithing, uh, crafting, cooking, crafting, alchemy, all sorts of different things. Your weapon choice can also level up, and the higher level it is, the more efficient you are with it. And you can also play a card game. I wanted to call it Gwent, but that's not the right thing. It's Feud. There we go. The card game in it is called Feud, where you put the cards against each other on a left right. It's kind of similar to the card game from Final Fantasy 8 and 9, except instead of being a 9 grid, it's just 5 in a row. Um, and there are two specific modes you can play, which are the story mode and roguelike. And I played story mode over the course of the year because I was playing it for a while. I've had the game for most of this year, but I didn't like I put it down for a little while. And then after playing the Oregon Trail, I decided I wanted to try something else because I wanted something simple that I could play for a few minutes before bed. It didn't require a lot of brain power, and that's a nice thing. This game is pretty simple, but there's a lot to it at the same time. And so I was like, I haven't tried the roguelike. And one of the options you can do in the game is permadeath. And if you've ever played a roguelike game, that's how you do it. You don't just die and respawn at an earlier thing. You have to play roguelikes with permadeath, and then you have to go through again. And the entire dungeon is randomized. Um, and you go through all the different levels to reach the bottom, and you have to go through 100 floors. I've managed to make it about 15 floors in roguelike so far, and I played a majority of the story. I haven't beaten the story because it's actually a pretty long game. I think the simplistic graphics and the easy gameplay definitely makes it um, pretty easy to just spend a lot of time with a game but not have to feel rushed to beating it. The big thing is magic is the way to go. Uh, I've played with physical attacks. I've done the archery, and I've also done magic. And it's night and day how much better magic is. Yeah, you're going to need to really boost your wisdom, sorry, and your intelligence, so that way you can deal damage and have nearly unending amounts of MP. But it's worth it because certain spells, like ice, is a homing spell. Fire is fast, but it doesn't home in. And the best spell in my opinion, is the rock throwing one because it just goes right through the walls. I don't know if it was intended to be that way or if it was just the programmer didn't, change it around. Throwing rocks just crushes through enemies. It just flies right through. And yeah, that spell requires a decent amount of magic, but in order to get it, you have to get your destruction magic power up high enough, and then once you do, you can unlock the ability. The other thing is that you have to collect skill points in dungeons to unlock the skills. Of course, if you're in a roguelike, it's just finding them. But in story mode, you have to go through the dungeon. You can usually get 2 to 3 skill coins in each dungeon, and there's quite a few of them to go through. Another big thing is you can capture monsters, and That's really good because you will come across swarms of enemies that will surround you and just destroy you if you're not careful. But you you can counter that by swarming yourself around with allies. You can have up to 10 monsters out at a time, and you they gain levels and stat ups, and you can also get items that permanently increase their stats. And you have to try to capture them, so you have to buy bait, and you have to get the you actually come on, Maeve. Sit down, Maeve. There we go. There she is, being a right royal pain. Looks like there's almost like somebody. Do the kids mess up the window? I gotta wash the windows. So you have to capture the monsters, which you know have to put down the bait and then the trap. Then once you capture them, you can rename them, and you can get all the different, pretty much every monster. It takes a little bit to get some. It takes a little bit to level them up, but getting your team of 10, and I would definitely get some that do more than just physical attacks. So magics and stuff. Get some of them that can do that, because then you'll be able to be a force to just wipe out all the enemies. And if you power specific abilities up very early, you will become an unstoppable force, which is fun. Um, and I also suggest checking it. Just check it out, see if it's on sale, pick it up. It was well worth. I think I spent like $8 on it, and it was worth it. It was a lot of fun, and definitely try the roguelike with permadeath on, because that's also fun trying to get through there. Um, but knowing how to play it really efficiently, magic is definitely the way to go, because you throw one of those stone boulders and it can crush a whole bunch of different enemies all at once. So I'll catch you next time. Bye.